Okay, let's just jump right in. Picture this. An app that's become so massive, so absolutely essential, that if you live or work in its home country, using a smartphone without, it feels, well, almost impossible. It's not just an app, it's practically national infrastructure, like the digital air you breathe. We're talking about WeChat, obviously.
Yeah, this global phenomenon,
hmm
over 1.26 billion monthly active users. It's huge.
But here's the fascinating puzzle we're tackling today. How does an app starting from ground zero just 11 years ago explode into this indispensable behemoth, especially for consumer business in China?
Right.
It wasn't an overnight sensation. It wasn't handed this position. It started small.
And our mission in this deep dive, using the sources you shared, this really insightful analysis of the China IT landscape, is to sort of unravel that mystery.
Okay.
We're going to trace the specific steps, the seemingly small feature additions that had these huge impacts, especially the strategic genius behind it all.
The engineer, right.
Yeah, the brilliant engineer, Zhang Xiaolong. We want to understand how it went from just another messaging tool into the absolute powerhouse it is today, the how and the why.
Exactly. So buckle up. We're going to introduce you to the mind that shaped WeChat, see how crucial business tools like payment and mini apps weren't just added but evolved,
Mm.
and discover how the app constantly mutated, really, to ride the waves of new consumer trends.
It's a great story.
So let's start at the beginning then. How did WeChat make that monumental leap from a simple messaging app into what our source calls this national infrastructure? It
Yeah.
wasn't an instant hit, right? Especially compared to Tencent's existing giant QQ.
No, definitely not. QQ was king back then.
Mm.
The source notes WeChat actually surpassed QQ in monthly active users only around 2016,
Okay.
and then hit that billion user mark, really cementing its status around 2017.
So what were those very, very early days like?
Surprisingly basic, actually. Its primary job was connecting people you met offline.
Offline, like face to face.
Yeah, exactly. Think of that awkward moment when you meet someone new, maybe networking, maybe socially, and you want to swap contact info.
Right.
The initial version, like its inspiration, Kick from Canada,
Yeah.
required you to manually search for someone's account name. Functional, but a bit clunky.
Yeah, sounds like a barrier. So how did they start chipping away at that friction? This must be where Zhang Xiaolong's talent comes in, observing users.
Absolutely. That's
Mm.
key. The first real step to smooth out those offline connections was introducing the QR code feature. That was in version 2.5.0.
QR codes, okay.
You could display your unique code, someone else scans it with their phone camera, boom, you're connected. Simple.
Seems simple now, yeah.
But what's fascinating, as the source highlights, is how people started using it.
Mm.
Not just adding friends. They used it for all sorts of informal exchanges.
Oh, interesting.
And this unexpected behavior scanning codes in the real world actually planted the seed for mobile payment later on.
Wow.
It wasn't planned that way at all. It was observed, and then they built on it.
So a feature for adding friends accidentally paves the way for mobile payments. That's observation-driven evolution right there.
Exactly. And another feature from that same v2.5.0 update reinforced this offline focus. People nearby.
Ah, I remember something like that. Location-based?
Yep. Uses location data to show other WeChat users physically close to you.
Hmm.
Again, super useful for connecting with people you just met.
Makes sense.
And the person orchestrating all this observation, iteration features is Zhang Xiaolong. The source calls him one of China's most important engineers, period.
That's a big statement. And his core strategy, the source says, it's almost controversial, right? Copy you.
Shameless imitation is the phrase used.
Yeah.
But, the source quickly qualifies that. It's like strong companies. Think Panasonic back in the day. They copied ideas, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't just copy. They refined, they perfected, they adapted them.
Mm.
The source uses this great phrase, WeChat sins, improved or refined to WeChat's taste, until the feature felt seamless, deeply integrated, highly adopted, and uniquely theirs. For mass adoption, that refined imitation was incredibly powerful.
So it's the refinement that's crucial, not just slapping features on.
Absolutely. He watched how people used features elsewhere, then built them into WeChat in a way that fit its social context. He wasn't just a top engineer. He was a brilliant product manager, almost a sociologist of user behavior.
And his background. The source mentions he started out not in a big city.
Right. Born in rural Hunan, 1969, strong academics, Huazhong University of Science and Technology, master's degree, then went to Guangzhou. His early success was Foxmail.
Foxmail, the email client.
Yeah, seen the email client. Became quite popular, 4 million users in China, even used internationally.
Wow.
His company got acquired by Broad Technology for 12 million yuan. Then later, Tencent, founded by Pony Ma, huge success with QQ Instant Messenger, needed better email.
Okay.
So Tencent acquired Foxmail from Broadtech, and Zhang Xiaolong joined Tencent to lead QQ Mail development.
And the source points out this unique communication history in China, right? Different from the West.
Totally different. The West largely went email, then chat apps, right? Long-form async to short-form sync.
Yeah.
China went synchronous chat with QQ, then asynchronous long-form with email via QQ Mail, and then back to short-form, synchronous, but mobile first with WeChat.
Fascinating trajectory.
And that context is key. Pony Ma, Tencent's founder, was getting anxious. He saw Twitter, and especially Weibo in China.
Weibo was huge, particularly with students, wasn't it?
Massive. Students use it for group communication,
Right.
plus the whole shift to smartphone apps. Pony Ma felt they might be missing the boat, so he asked multiple teams at Tencent to propose a Tencent Weibo.
Okay, so he wanted a Weibo competitor.
Initially, yes. But this is where Zhang Xiaolong's foresight really shines. He didn't just pitch another Weibo clone.
No. What did he pitch?
He was inspired by Kik, that simple Canadian mobile messenger. He saw its minimalist approach, easy sign-up, finding people, clean threads, and thought that this is the future for mobile.
Simplicity over features at first.
Exactly. And the famous story, the source recounts it.
Yeah.
Zhang emails Pony Ma late one night. Subject: this is the future direction. He argues for a 10-cent version of a Kik.
Late at night.
And Pony Ma replies in minutes. Just 4 characters.
Which means?
Do it immediately.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Wow.
That short email, that instant response, it shifted Tencent's entire strategy. Focus moved from the Weibo race to building what became WeChat. A pivotal moment.
So do it immediately.
Incredible. And that focus paid off. WeChat kept growing because Zhang Xiaolong stuck to that strategy, right? Observe, copy, refine.
Constantly observing global features, bringing them in, ditching unpopular ones, obsessively refining based on actual user interaction. That systematic process built it into that national infrastructure.
So after messaging and basic social stuff, what was the next big leap? Payment.
Payment, yeah, that was monumental. Tencent already had QQ, Coin, virtual currency, and Kaifutong, their payment service mainly for games and tipping in QQ.
But around 2012, users started doing something unexpected with WeChat's existing point transfer feature,
What were they doing?
using it for informal, small, face-to-face payments. With friends, even in some tiny shops, paying with virtual points instead of fiddling with cash.
Huh, so users hacked it first.
Kinda, and just like the QR code, Zhang Xiaolong noticed. He saw this behavior, people using point transfers for real-world transactions, and thought, okay, let's make this official.
Uh-huh.
And that user insight led directly to launching WeChat Pay in version 5.0 back in 2013.
But they weren't the only player. Alipay was huge already.
Oh yeah, Alipay by Alibaba. Massive rival. But totally different origins. Alipay grew out of Taobao, the e-commerce giant.
Right, for buying stuff online.
Exactly. Its main goal initially was payment safety, escrowing the money until you got the goods, building trust so its image was tied to buying things.
Less about just sending money to a friend, maybe.
Initially, yes. It expanded to face-to-face later, of course. But WeChat Pay, coming from digital content and social transfers, lagged a bit in physical stores at first.
And Alipay had that killer finance feature, didn't they? Yubao.
Yubao, yes.
Yeah.
A high-yield money market fund linked straight to your Alipay balance.
High yield, like really high.
Initially, over 6% interest, plus 247 access. It was incredibly attractive and pulled in tons of users, massively boosting Alipay's ecosystem.
Okay, so WeChat Pay needed something big to compete with that draw.
Definitely. They needed their own killer feature, something that played to WeChat's strengths. And Zhang Xiaolong looked at its core again, the social network.
The P2P connections.
Perfect for person-to-person stuff.
Yeah.
Alipay, designed more for shop-to-customer, made simple P2P transfers feel a bit clunky in comparison.
So what was WeChat Pay's killer app?
Hongbao,
Oh.
digital red envelopes.
Ah, the red envelopes. Like for Chinese New Year?
Exactly. It taps right into that deep cultural tradition.
Yeah.
Giving money in red envelopes. On WeChat, you attach a digital Hongbao to a message, tap it, get a random amount of money instantly in your WeChat Pay.
Random amount. That sounds fun, almost like a game.
It was. Instant, fun, viral, perfect for P2P on WeChat. They even added corporate Hongbao so businesses could send them out widely.
Okay, but how did that really take off?
The absolute masterstroke.
Yeah.
The source points to the 2014 and 2015 Spring Festival Gala campaigns.
Uh-huh.
China's biggest TV event, hundreds of millions watching.
Like Super Bowl, but bigger.
Exactly. Companies sponsored it, ran ads telling viewers, follow our official account on WeChat right now to grab a digital hongbao.
And people did it?
Did they ever? The numbers are just staggering.
Yeah.
2014, 5 million users, 16 million hongbao grabbed. Okay, big start.
Yeah.
2015, 20 million users participating, over 1 billion hongbao exchanged.
1 billion.
1 billion. That single event, 2 years running, basically hooked a massive chunk of China onto WeChat Pay. It became a major rival to Alipay almost overnight.
That's incredible growth hacking using culture. And the source mentioned Jack Ma tried to copy it.
Yeah, fantastic anecdote. Apparently, Jack Ma saw WeChat's hongbao success and frantically tried to get Alipay to replicate it.
Wow.
But Alipay just didn't have that core social network structure. They couldn't make it work smoothly or virally for the critical 2014 New Year deadline. They missed the boat. WeChat nailed it because it fit their platform perfectly.
Timing and platform structure were everything. Okay, so WeChat now has messaging, social, and payments locked down. What's next? Mini programs.
Mini programs, yeah.
Right.
Launched 2017, this was WeChat basically becoming an operating system inside an app, an application platform.
Like apps within the app.
Exactly. Closed web apps running seamlessly inside WeChat. Inspired by web apps, but much better integrated.
And cheaper to build, the source said.
Significantly.
Mm.
Easier and cheaper than native apps. Uses similar tech to WebDev WXML WXSSJS, like HTML CSSJS. Costs about half a native app project, maybe around 240K yuan, like 4.4 million JPY. Huge savings for developers.
Okay, good for devs. But what about for me, the user?
This is the real game changer. Zhang Xiaolong's focus on friction again. Think about trying a new service on your phone. You find the app, download, install, wait, sign up, create a password, add payment details.
Oh, no, it's a pain.
With WeChat mini programs,
Yeah.
no installation. They just open instantly
Wow.
because you're already logged into WeChat. No account registration needed. Uses your WeChat ID automatically.
Okay.
And because you likely have WeChat Pay set up, no payment method registration needed. Uses WeChat Pay automatically.
So basically zero friction to try something new.
Virtually zero. Click a
Ah.
link, scan a code. It just works. This massively lowered the barrier to trying new services. Huge in a market where people might be wary of installing tons of apps or giving out data repeatedly.
That frictionless experience must have been incredibly powerful. And the source mentioned something about notifications.
Right. A subtle but brilliant choice by Zhang Xiaolong. Many programs intentionally don't have push notifications.
Why not? Seems counterintuitive.
User experience. Imagine getting pinged constantly by dozens of mini apps you used once. It would be overwhelming. This prevents that. If a business wants to send you updates, you still need to proactively follow their main official account, user control.
Smart. How do people find these mini programs?
Several ways. Text search inside WeChat works. There's a dedicated section you can swipe into. Those circular QR codes you see everywhere now.
Ah, yeah, restaurants, shops.
Scan the code at a restaurant table, the ordering mini program opens.
Yeah.
Order, pay with WeChat Pay, done. Also an evolution of People Nearby called Mini Programs Nearby. Shows services like cafes or bike shares near you using mini programs.
So it really changes how you interact with local businesses, mobile ordering, bike shares without needing 10 different apps.
Exactly. It led to this mini program first, thinking for many consumer services in China. Why build a complex native app if a mini program is cheaper, easier, and frictionless for users?
Okay, so mini programs were huge. Then came video channels.
Channels, yeah. Or you what? Shipping out. Launched 2020. And the source is blunt here. It's a direct imitation of TikTok, or Douyin, as it's known in China.
Okay, another copy. But the strategic why this time? What trend were they chasing?
A fundamental shift in consumer behavior, according to the source. Moving beyond just search-based shopping where you know what you want and look for it,
Right.
towards content-based and social-based consumption. You discover products while watching fun videos or seeing what friends like. TikTok is the prime example of content-based e-commerce. See it in video, buy it instantly.
And TikTok's sales numbers prove the potential there.
Massively. The source cites around 800 billion yuan GMV for DN in 2021. That's, what, roughly 14.6 trillion Japanese yen? Huge market. WeChat couldn't ignore that.
So they added short video. But was it just video?
Critically, no. They launched channels alongside WeChat Mini Store. WeChat
Bony Store, another simple tool.
Exactly. Lets anyone, an individual creator, a small business, a big company, open a simple online shop right inside WeChat. For free. Basic templates, analytics included.
Ooh, I see where this is going. Connecting the video to the store.
Precisely. Mini store plus channels, plus many programs, plus the existing social network. It lets one business cover all those consumption types.
How so?
You can have your mini program for the standard search shopping experience. You use channels for content-based discovery and impulse buys via video, and you leverage social sharing through chat and moments.
So it becomes an all-in-one commerce platform.
Pretty much. The source says WeChat is becoming comparable to having separate offline, online, and live commerce presences all rolled into one ecosystem. It's trying to absorb everything.
Well, okay, zooming out then, given all this relentless adding and integrating, why do some tech folks, maybe outside China, sometimes see WeChat's interface as, I don't know, maybe a bit cluttered or old-fashioned, compared to, say, Alipay's slickness, yet it's so utterly dominant?
It's a great question. I think it comes back to those core strengths we talked about.
The copying and refining.
Yeah, that bold copying, plus the obsessive refining based on actual user behavior. Creating what the source calls real-world solutions. It's less about pure aesthetic perfection and more about being incredibly useful, deeply integrated into life and business.
Right, utility over pure design polish sometimes.
Maybe. That QR code becoming payment, mini programs evolving from simple things to business essentials, channels, and mini store tackling content commerce. They solve real problems or capitalize on real behaviors.
And it really highlights Zhang Xiaolong's genius, doesn't it? Spotting potential in how people are already using things and turning that into massive features.
Absolutely. That translation from observation to adopted feature seems to be his superpower.
And WeChat is 11 years old. That's ancient in app years. Many apps would be fading.
Right. But it's still massively relevant, still evolving like crazy, absorbing new trends.
It really hasn't stopped.
Which leaves us with that final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given WeChat's history, observe, copy, refine, integrate, often in unexpected ways that reshape entire markets. What new trends, what new technologies do you think WeChat is watching right now? AI, VR, something else entirely. And how might their next big integration ripple outwards, potentially changing your digital life, even if you don't live in China?
It feels essential to keep watching WeChat, doesn't it? To understand where digital platforms might go next.
Definitely. It's a fascinating case study, constantly in motion.